Hi, welcome back to Romantic Cooking. I'm Bruce. This is our 5th show in our installment of shows. I know we took last week off. I just want to share with you a couple new things that we're really excited about this week. The first one is we're going to be doing some new shows, a little bit of a different format. We're going to have a lot more fun doing the shows. I was trying to be a little conservative while I was doing the shows, so I'm going to kind of have more fun, and I want you to have more fun while you're watching the show. So stay tuned. Also, we have a brand new sponsor on the show. We are so happy to announce that Fresh Market on North 79th Avenue, right off of 17 in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, is our new sponsor for Romantic Cooking. The general manager there, his name is Mr. Hawkins, the nicest guy you're ever going to meet in your life. They have the greatest produce, the best food. Go out there, tell Mr. Hawkins that Bruce from Romantic Cooking sent you out there. Check them out. They're second to none in the food department, but we are so proud to have them as our very first sponsor for the show. Again, Fresh Market, thank you so much. We couldn't tell you how much we appreciate all your help. And lastly, we're closing in on our first big holiday of the year, which is Thanksgiving. And we're going to do a very special Thanksgiving Day show in November. We're going to do some really outrageous recipes for you guys, and I hope you watch. We're going to have a lot of fun and start the holidays off with some really great food. So look forward to all those things. And again, to Fresh Market, thank you so much. So today, what we're going to do is we're going to start the show off doing some quesadillas, something very easy, flavorful, simple, but something that's neglected. People just don't take the time to do them. These are great. I'm going to show you how easy they are to make. Come in a little closer. I want to show you what I did first. I pre-chopped a whole bunch of vegetables that we're going to use for our quesadillas. The first one is cilantro. Some of you like cilantro, some of you don't. If you don't like cilantro, use whatever herb you want. Just make sure it's a fresh herb. I cut up tomatoes. Now, I do have a cooking tip for you today with the tomatoes, which is we're doing a dish where we're cooking with tomatoes. You're not going to see the tomatoes really. So if you're going out shopping for tomatoes for a dish like quesadillas, or something where you're chopping the tomatoes and putting them in with other ingredients, don't go out and spend high dollar money on the most expensive tomatoes. These are Roma tomatoes. They look like this. They were $1.99 a pound. The heirloom tomatoes that I looked at were almost $3 a pound. They're beautiful, great tasting tomatoes, but for what we're using in our application, these Roma tomatoes are all you need, and they're going to save you money, so you don't have to go out and spend all your money on a high-priced tomato. Then I have mozzarella cheese, which I'm going to be using today. Now you can use whatever kind of cheese that you like, queso cheese, cheddar cheese, taco mix cheese, whatever you like, that's what you use today. I happen to have that in my refrigerator, so I'm using the mozzarella cheese. I have some lettuce. This is iceberg lettuce. You can use whatever lettuce you like. Again, I pre-chopped it. Then I have some peppers and onions. Now what I did was I pre-cooked my peppers and onions down a little bit in a little bit of olive oil. I used 1 pepper, 1 onion, cooked it down. If you don't cook your onions down and you're making a dish like this, you're going to have a very strong oniony flavor in your dish. So for our sake, and I don't really want to have onion breath, I'm using cooked onions with the cooked peppers. And then lastly, I had a little bit of pork in my freezer I pulled out. I seasoned it with salt, pepper, a little bit of lemon pepper seasoning, baked it in the oven, and I used some chicken. I had a couple chicken breasts in the oven, in the freezer. I'm sorry. I defrosted. I seasoned with taco seasoning, salt, pepper, put it in the oven, cooked it down, shredded it up. So now we're going to get busy and we're going to make our first quesadilla. The first thing we're going to use is our floured tortilla shell. You can use any size you like. I think this is an 8-inch or a 10-inch shell. We're going to put it on our cutting board. Come in closer for this one. And we're going to take some olive oil and we're just going to rub it on the back of our tortilla shell because we want it to crisp up when we put it into our frying pan. All right, we're just going to rub it down really good with a nice amount of oil. You can see it's getting nice and shiny there. I love olive oil. I'm just going to turn the heat up on my pan a little bit. Okay, so I have a cooking tip for you now. The first one is coming a little bit, and that is we don't want to overstuff our quesadilla. So we're going to use our cheese is going to be the glue that's going to hold everything together. It really doesn't matter what order we put things in here, but I'm going to start out with a little bit of cilantro. You don't want to use a lot of anything when you're doing the quesadilla because you want to have a nice balance in there, and you don't want to overstuff it so you can't hold it and things fall all over the place. We're going to add some of our tomato, a little bit of our lettuce, and again, you could put basically anything in this quesadilla that you want to put in. This is just what I'm using. I feel like this is the basic quesadilla. Again, I'm just giving you more of the style of how to do the quesadilla, and then you can do it any way that you want to do it. You go ahead and do it. So we have our pan. I think this one we're going to use our little pork first. We'll make a pork quesadilla first. I took my pork, I sliced it, I cubed it as you can see. Again, I'm not using a whole lot of anything in here. We just want to have a nice little balance. We don't want to overstuff it. And then we're going to take our cheese, our glue, put it over the top, like so. All right, we're going to close it up. We're going to rub it with a little bit of our olive oil on this side. And then we're just going to go right to the pan. We're going to leave it in the pan. We're going to wipe this side with our olive oil. Okay, we're going to let that start crisping up. Important that while we're cooking that, while that's heating up, we're going to press down on it because we want it to stick together and melt our cheese. Now, while that one's cooking, we're going to start our next one. And basically, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to wipe our side with our olive oil, right? Get it nice and wet with the olive oil. We're going to turn it over. Again, we're going to start with our cheese. Our cheese, again, is our glue. We're not going to overstuff it. We're going to go with our cilantro. We're going to go with our tomato. We're going to use our cooked onions and peppers again. All right, spread it out nice, not too thick. Just a little bit of lettuce. All right, then we're going to take our chicken. Now, I took our chicken breast. I cooked it in the oven. I took it out. I seasoned it with taco seasoning. A little bit of salt, pepper. Our glue to make it stick again. I took that chicken breast and I diced it up real nice and small into bite-sized pieces. All right, we're just going to press this down. All right, now, while that's sitting there, we're going to come over here. Now, here's another tip for you. When we're going to turn the quesadilla, the top side here is not hot, okay? So we're going to use our hand just to hold it with our spatula, and we're just going to turn it. And as you can see, the shell is getting nice and brown and crispy, and we're just pushing it down. We're going to keep pushing it down so that cheese that acts like our glue is going to start sticking that together. Now, to finish this off, here's what I did, and you can use a lime, you can use a lemon, it really doesn't matter. I took some sour cream and I mixed it in our bowl with a half of a lime, and then I took a lime and I took my box grater here and I took my lime, and you can see here on the lime, I just simply grated the lime into our sour cream, and that just gives it the best, freshest flavor like you wouldn't believe. And as you can see, I have the lime zest in there. I just mix it in. So I have my lime sour cream that I'm going to use to finish off my quesadilla. Now, while that's done, let's see how come back over here. Right, let's see what this one looks like. We're just going to turn it very quickly. You can see that's getting nice and brown, beautiful. I think this one's really done. What we're going to do is we're going to take this one out. And we're going to set it on our plate. We're going to let it set for about a minute while we cook the other. Now we're going to come over here and get the other one. Again, we're just going to put it right in the pan. We're going to press it down. And everything is going to, the glue is going to start, the cheese is going to melt, going to act as our glue. And again, I just want to mention Fresh Market, the best place to buy fruit and produce in Myrtle Beach. Fresh Market on 79th Avenue North, a new sponsor of ours. I can't tell you how thrilled I am to have them join the Romantic Cooking team. Without them, probably we couldn't do the show today, but their produce, their meats, their organic section, their fresh food, everything in that place, phenomenal. You're not going to believe it until you see it. So now that this has had a chance to set for a minute or so, we're going to come over here to our cutting board, all right? And we're going to take our knife and we're going to give a little slice on the bias. Okay. Hold on. There. Okay. We're going to take our plate. We're going to plate it like so. Oh, yeah. Nice, crispy, beautiful textured. Okay. We're just going to take our other one. Let's see what that one looks like. Come over here. Again, this one, this side, not hot. Be careful with this hot pan. I have this on about a medium-high heat, and then we're just going to press it down again. That cheese is going to act like our glue. And I just want to, while that's going on, what I want to do is I want you, if you're watching, to stop watching right now. Give yourself about 5 or 10 seconds. I want you to go to your wife or your girlfriend. I want you to give them a big hug and a big kiss. Tell them what they mean to you, because that's what romantic cooking is all about. So do that right now. We're going to count to 5. A 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, a 5. You should be back with us now. Here's our quesadilla, beautiful. We're going to turn the heat off. Again, we're going to put this on our board just for a minute to cool, because you want to let the cheese set before you do anything. Otherwise, it'll just be this big mess. And with all our leftover here, you can make one heck of a salad with the chicken, the lettuce, the tomato, the cilantro, the cheese. You know, this is just because you have this left over, you can reuse it for something other than a quesadilla. But it's beautiful. It takes a little time to prep for this dish, but once you get everything prepped, as you can see, you can knock these quesadillas out fairly quickly. So we're going to take our chicken quesadilla, and we're going to put it on our plate like that. All right. So here we have our chicken quesadilla, our pork quesadilla. We're going to take our lime sour cream. We're just going to dollop it right in the middle there. Show you how beautiful that is. Again, a great little appetizer. You can make this as a meal. Whatever you want to do. We're going to go over there. We're going to put this on the plate. We're going to bring it to our table. And I just want to share just a couple quick thoughts with you. I want to thank everybody that's been watching our show. We've had over 300 views on YouTube alone. I had another 200 or so on Facebook. Just thank you so much for taking time out of your day to watch our show. And again, I can't help it. I got to thank Fresh Market. Mr. Hawkins over there, the GM. I want everybody to go say hello to him. Tell him the Romantic Cook sent you over there. So we have our chicken and our pork quesadillas with our lime sour cream. And as always, I want you to lift up your glass and look at your significant other. Say, here's to you. Take a little sip. Oh, yeah. And we'll see you next time on Romantic Cooking. Have a great week.